take weapons like that and show them in public.
Impossible.
The security agents will come against us. But they can do all of that and show rocket launchers in public. The federal government will turn an eye to them. But Nnamdi Kanu that protests about a matter or that did some things that agitated for the marginalization of people, yes, some of the methods I don't support of what Nnamdi Kanu has done. And I condemn and criticize him on it. But there have also been calls for peace. There have also been calls for a political settlement.
I hear say Wike and Tinubu don't quarrel small. God, I beg you, answer our prayer. My prayer every day be say, make Tinubu and Wike quarrel. To the point say Tinubu go order EFCC, DSA, they go arrest Wike, they go put her for prison. Make Wike suffer for prison. That be my prayer every day for Wike. This is gara, it will come down by force. Wike, you never see anything. Tinubu go use your eyes, see fire.
Alright guys, so Arise News finally stops Hussein from interfering in Umahi's matter. Alright, that's a result of the argument that happened the last time that every one of us we saw how it happened on the social media there. Right, and there are too many arguments actually that is also concerning Nnamdi Kanu and what is currently going on within the political system and the plans this group of APC politicians, all right, are having towards the 2027 election. So I'm going to release you guys to see and get more details from that particular video. And please don't forget to hit on the subscription button if this is the first time you're meeting me or you're seeing this channel, please, and then turn on the post notification bell for more updates from this channel.
You see, though I've made a video on this before, but there's an aspect I missed out in the former video. If you watch that interview, you could see the extent to which these politicians take us for stupidity, the extent to which they've measured our foolishness. Now, let me tell you something about average. When you go for a contract and they ask you, what is the average cost per unit? It is necessary to decide whether the project will be embarked upon or not, whether the project is worth it or not. Now, David Umahi was trying to convince Nigerians that because certain terrains, the cost to make a road in certain terrains cannot be the same cost to make the road in certain terrains. That is very true. And as true as that assertion is, it is the very reason why an average is needed. So it doesn't matter whether in some places you need to blast stones or break stones or need to sand fill or pot, and then in some places you just need to grade, and it still doesn't matter. A project is viewed as a whole, A project is viewed as a single completed entity. When the Burj Khalifa is built, do you know that the real cost was not the structure itself, was the foundation? The real cost was not the building, that tall building, is the foundation. Because first, the foundation, the soil is so weak. I mean, it's sand. The sandy, then they needed to, to establish a sand structure that can withstand the weight of the Burj Khalifa. So, if at the end of the day we are asking you what is the cost per floor, you're not going to tell us that the foundation is no. It's an average. It gives you an idea of whether we are spending too much or spending too less. That's what an average suggests to a thinking person. So when the minister was trying to tell us that in certain areas it has more cost and in certain area it has less cost, so to bring an average into the situation is not necessary, and trying to laugh or trying to force saying it to look naive is uncalled for. And by the way, I like the fact that Hussein read animal science, because if he had not read animal science, these politicians that are supposed to be animals, all these animals dressed as politicians, how will Rufai Hussein have addressed them if he had not studied animals? Because for me, all the politicians that are coming to Arise TV are all animals. Only animals will behave that way, that you are too small for me to report to the president. You are too small. You steal my money, you are eating my money before me, you are eating my money before me, and yet you are telling me to lick your shoes. It is no type of insult is worse than that. So, Mr. Umai, and let me use this opportunity to talk to those youths with placard. Obviously, you were paid. Obviously, you were paid. The minister knows he has messed. And let me use this opportunity to talk to those youths with placard. Obviously, you were paid. Obviously, you were paid. The minister knows he has messed up, and therefore you were paid. For any youth to be supporting the rubbish that is going on, it means you are lost. And then let me tell you something. When somebody said, if only you can keep quiet and be calm, that is not an insult. It's a suggestion to be in a certain situation to allow things to flow well. So Rufai did not insult the minister. He only suggested to him, if he only can keep quiet and be calm, so that the program can go smoothly.
Shore has been calling on political leaders from the southeast to join him in this peaceful protest to Aso Rock to release Nnamdi Kanu, including publicly calling on Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Abia State Governor Alex Oti, and former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi to join him. And I'll take some response on his protest on X. And this person wrote, so this so-called hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu march is another misplaced initiative that only endangers innocent citizens in Abuja. If you truly believe in your cause, start your protest from your region. Don't bring chaos to the streets of the federal capital. It's pure hypocrisy when people like Showore, who call themselves activists, selectively choose which injustice to shout about while promoting actions that disrupt peace and threatens national unity. True activism is about justice, not noise. It's about building, not burning. Nigeria deserves reasoned dialogue, not reckless mobilization. Another ex-user wrote, the big elephant in the room. We support you, Showore. Keep speaking out for the well-being of all Nigerians. We need more Showores, more VDMs, more Harrison, Wanishu, etc. This country does not belong to politicians. It's time to say enough is enough. We've taken this story, Rufai, and we've seen that Showore is really moving on with this protest. I believe, okay, it's, part of this NSAS protest as well that would come October 20th. Benga, I'm sure you're still with me before I come to you both. Meanwhile, a group of terrorists...
Absolutely.
Perfect. Meanwhile, a group of terrorists has reportedly reached a peace agreement with representatives of several communities in Katsina State following a meeting held under the Operation Safe Corridor Initiative. Counterinsurgency expert Zagazola Makama said the dialogue is restoring sustainable peace and security across communities affected by years of violence and bandit attack. I mean, this is not the first of such meeting in the state, as similar dialogues were held in June and September when stakeholders reached truces with armed group leaders under the same federal government's Operation Safe Corridor initiative. Also, we saw Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who has now renewed his call for the federal government to initiate peace talks with bandits, insisting that dialogue remains the most effective route to achieving lasting security in Nigeria. Well, in a Facebook post on Monday, Gumi referenced the recent peace deal between Israel and Hamas as proof that even long-standing conflicts can be resolved through negotiation. The Kaduna-based cleric argued that if the United States could broker peace between Israel and Hamas, two groups once at bitter odds, then Nigeria should be able to engage its own armed groups in dialogue. And Rufai, I'll come to you first. I'd like for you to, juxtapose these two stories. In one hand, we are seeing Nnamdi Kanu trying to protest and, for the release of the detained IPOB leader. On the other hand, we see Sheikh Ahmad Gumi talking about renegotiating with bandits. We have even seen peace deals in Katsina State. Your thoughts?
Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to baby Eri, like a couple of months old baby that's watching the show currently.
Oh, nice.
And baby Eri show, and both parents. But real quickly, Oji, it just shows you what Nigeria is all about. In a part of the country, bandits are being fed, they are being given a shoebi, they are holding peace meetings. They are holding peace meetings with their weapons. Weapons that are supposed to be illegal. Oji, you and I cannot take weapons like that and show them in public.
Impossible.
The security agents will come against us. But they can do all of that and show rocket launchers in public. The federal government will turn an eye to them. But Nnamdi Kanu that protests about a matter or that did some things that agitated for the marginalization of people, yes, some of the methods I don't support of what Nnamdi Kanu has done. And I condemn and criticize him on it. But there have also been calls for peace. There have also been calls for a political settlement. Courts in this country, and kudos to women in the judiciary, women judges, not justices. Justice Adefo had first ruled in 2022 that he should be discharged. The federal government went on appeal, 4-1, Justice Garba. But a dissenting judge, Justice Ogunwumiju, also ruled that the appeal court judgment should stay as regards to Nnamdi Kanu.